Fight!
Take over and intimidate innocent people. Spain is currently in crisis with ongoing clashes between migrant gangs and Spaniards following the violent bashing of an elderly
This is a trip because, like, there's just a lot going on. Yeah, I just watched this whole thing, and it's just like I don't know. For me, it's just like that down sucks. Like, how can you just walk down the street and then you got dudes just come up and you got your baby in the background? Like, you're just like, come on. Well, I mean, the things that go through my mind are already like are like, wow, how am I gonna get my baby out of here? How am I gonna get myself out of here? There's like 4 or 5 dudes coming after me, and I'm supposed to be my baby's dad, and I'm supposed to be watching him or her, and it's just like that there's just too much for me. I mean, like, I don't know what I would do. That's kind of not, we're not there yet in America, I don't think. That's just me.
And in the tourist mecca of Barcelona.
And you know what? They're kind of.
Dictator sent a stark warning, saying, if you wanted to visit Barcelona, Spain, now it's looking like Islamabad, Pakistan. France is also in a migration mess with violence running.
They're kind of blaming other like migrants. They're kind of blaming them.
Month, where hundreds of young people were stabbed with syringes and property set alight.
And it's like so sad because I don't know if I agree with it, but I mean, like, a lot of places are just like, I don't know if I agree with it, but there's a lot of crime and stuff that happens in places that are not.
Footage with this person saying, "This is France. This looks like Ghana."
I've never been to France. I would like to go someday. That's kind of trippy too.
Their car was surrounded and destroyed by rioters following the PSG Champions League victory.
Is it because of rich people, or is it because of just hatred? Or, oh wow, see, I mean, like, how could you not really?
In the UK, the situation is even more dire, with daily occurrences of violent bashings and stabbings by migrant groups on innocent local victims.
On innocent local victims, that would mean like me and Yuma just walking down the street and then somebody just like starting shit with us just because they wanted to, or anybody like you guys, anybody. Unless you stay inside all day, which is probably what I should do.
At an all-time high, with people being randomly targeted on the streets.
Randomly targeted. I mean, like, I would totally be randomly targeted right away. I know I'd be. I always get picked out from shit anyway. But, like, it's so weird. People pick on me sometimes, and they pick on me probably because I mind my own business and do my own thing.
Women's advocacy group Women's Safety Initiative is speaking up about the issue to raise awareness about the dire state of play in the UK at the moment.
The silent impact of mass migration on women's daily lives in the UK is a stark reminder of the point that we have got to in this country. A country that has chosen multiculturalism over assimilation.
Multiculturalism over assimilation. It's almost like she's saying, because we chose to be more cross-cultural and more inclusive, we are. That's a lot.
A large portion of these crimes being sexual and violent offences. Now, let me make it clear: the demographic of this ward is significant. Less than 10% of this ward account for white British people. Violence and sexual offences constitute the
181 crimes out of 1,000 residents. This is a crime rate. It means that for every 1,000 people living in a particular area reported crimes. To express this as a percentage, it's 181 1,000ths asterisk 100% equals 8.1%.
That's not
so
right.
Roughly 18.1% of residents are involved in a crime, either as victims or perpetrators. or the statistic just represents the total number of incidents regardless of how many unique individuals were affected. This is a relatively high crime rate, suggesting a significant level of criminal activity in the community. 2. 1 less than 2% are white. This part is a bit ambiguous due to the phrasing 1. Interpretation 1, most likely, it means the percentage of white people is 1%. If it were 2 less than 2%, it would be 0%. 1 less than 2% means 2% minus 1% equals 1%. This would imply a very small proportion of white individuals in the group being described, possible without further context. It could literally mean that the number of white people is 1 less than 2% of the total group. For example, if there were 100 people, and 2% of them were 2 people, then 1 less than 2% would mean 1 white person. However, given the initial crime rate is a percentage, it's more probable that 1 less than 2%
It's still low.
also refers to a percentage. However, here are the most probable scenarios. Scenario A. The 1 less than 2% are white refers to the perpetrators or victims of the crimes. If this is the case, it would mean that while there are 181 crimes per 1,000 residents, a very small percentage, likely 1%, of the individuals involved in these crimes, either as perpetrators or victims depending on what the statistic is measuring, are white. This would suggest that the crime problem is disproportionately affecting or being committed by non-white individuals in this specific context. Scenario B, the 1 less than 2% are white, refers to the general population of the area. If this is the case, it means that the community itself is overwhelmingly non-white, with only about 1% of its residents being white. In this scenario, the crime rate of 181 per 1,000 residents is occurring in a population that is almost entirely non-white. This would mean that the crimes are predominantly occurring within and among the non-white population.
And that is totally what I use Gemini for. Okay, so yeah, either the area is all like mostly just migrants and stuff that are in that particular city, what the lady was talking about when she was talking about like with all those numbers and stuff. She's just saying like you know, the most dangerous part of the city is like a whole bunch of migrants or people that are not white. She referred to white British people, you know. So I mean, I'm not trying to start a race war or whatever stuff like that. I'm just trying to like understand what she said, and I just kind of felt like I'm not white and I'm not British. I don't come from that place. But then if somebody kind of called me out like that and said, you know, this person is brown, and most of the time these people that are brown have a lot of trouble with this or that, and a lot of the reported crimes that happen whenever with brown people. That's what I get from the message. I'm not sure if that's what that was, but I mean, if it's statistics and it's information and data, of course, then that's true. Of course, you know, what else can you say? Because there are reports, and you can track anything every day. You can track your weight, you can track your what you do and eat all day. You can journal it every single day, and then you can just write it down a little, like write down a brief summary of what you ate today, and then do it again tomorrow, and another one and tomorrow, and you keep doing it for a year or a half. You can see that that's data. That's called data. And data will tell you like, oh, well, you've been fluctuating, you've been eating this much and that much, or you on this day you had this much and whatever else, right? Well, computers do that a lot, and they've been doing it for us for a really, really long time. And she was describing what statistics were saying, where they were saying like a lot of the violent crimes and everything that happen are coming from this area, which is predominantly non-white people, or mostly just like migrants, people that don't come from the country, and they just come over and stuff, right? And that's where most of the crime does come from, and that's what she was pretty much saying. She wanted to point out, and she said like, clear, let me be clear about this. And then she said particularly just that. So I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Honestly, I don't know. What I do want to say though is that I do. Anytime that I've ever gotten in a fight, anytime that I've ever really got experienced something like violent and horrible, it was my own people. You know what I mean? Navajos don't come out and jump out and beat me up. But and it wasn't with white people either. I'm just not gonna say any color. I'm just gonna say that, you know what? It really sucks whenever I get in a fight, and it's not a good one. That's just what she's saying. I don't even know if I said anything. I'm not. All right, I am not a racist. All right, I'm just saying, like, that's what she said, and that's what I'm trying to clear up. It's like, did she say this? Did she say that? And then I'm thinking about in my own history. I just don't. I mean, like, I've never been approached by a white person coming up to me and saying, "Hey, you got to do this" and whatever else. And it's just, that's it. That's just truth. All right.
Largest crime category in Borsley Green, making up 50.3% of all crimes reported. They are averaging at about 150 to 160 violent sexual offences committed every month.
And commentator Matt Goodwin agreed.
So a 24-year-old man has been brutally murdered on the streets of London, outside a luxury hotel, by another man who was allegedly trying to steal his watch. This is merely the latest horrific symbol of how out
That
of
sucks.
control
I can't.
and horrific London has become.
It's like, there's just, it just sucks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what most people are angry about. I mean, I watched that whole thing before I put it on for you. I didn't want to put you through it, but I mean, like, you should watch it if you want to. It's from Sky's News, Australia. I mean, I've just noticed, like, even in America, there's a lot of it's almost as if, like, they're, I don't know. It's okay. So this is what from the streets. This is what I've noticed. I mean, like, I've seen and stuff. Is that there are some people who say, who cares? Who cares about who cares if what the government says? Who cares what they say? And this is not really my country anyway. I came from this other country, and I could do whatever I want with it. So if they catch me, then they're just gonna deport me, and then that's it. And there are some people that just say, don't say that. That's not, mostly it's like, I want to say it's mostly like Mexican people. They say, don't do that. Don't try to mess up what's going on with us. We're trying to build our lives here. We're trying to do something with our lives, and we want to follow the rules, and we want to do things. But then there are some that just come here and they say, like, well, I don't really plan on staying here. I'm just going to come here and just mess up whatever and just do whatever they want. And they don't usually go out looking for trouble. They just, like, run into it, and then they just have that mindset. It's kind of like when San Francisco hosts, like, a party, like a big old, like the Love Parade. They had a Love Parade for like 2 or 3 years, and then they cut that down because, and the Halloween and the Castro, it's just like, it's kind of like that. It's like you have people come over to your house, and then they just, like, they intend to stay. They have nowhere to go. But and you also said, come through. You can come stay and hang out if you want. You're gonna contribute to the country, and you're gonna care about it just as much as we do. I mean, we care about our country a lot. So we want to be able to walk down the street safely. We want to be able to, just live our lives and do what we intended. We're not going to go anywhere, especially for church people. Church people just want to just go to church and do their stuff. I mean, like, it's usually pretty easy to see what they're up to because they're always up to good stuff. And but just like normal people, I want to say that, okay, so this has to be my community because I vote here in San Francisco. I live here in San Francisco. I have an address here in San Francisco. And although I was homeless for a short time, it was in San Francisco. Even when I was housed, I was here in San Francisco. I was here in San Francisco regardless of whether I was homeless or not. And I am a citizen of the United States of America. And I want to say that I'm also a citizen of this city and this state. I contribute by my by voting, and I also try. I pay taxes, of course, and I try to I just try. There's a limited amount of things that I can actually do, but I really am trying my best to be a good person, and I try to stay out of illegal stuff, and it's not hard, but this building makes it hard too sometimes. I'm not saying that I'm the most ideal, perfect citizen or the best person in the world. I'm just saying, like, we want, as a common person, as a normal person that is from here, it would be nice to just be able to walk down the street. And I've come across people that are like not. They don't come from here. They're from the East Bay or from some other place, you know, and they just come over here to come mess up. They think it's a playground and they want to do whatever, or they can make money or something and then go back to where they came from. And that's really difficult because those of us that actually do live here and do want to just like it's not really my desire to live in San Francisco, but I do. I currently I do, you know, and I kind of came back to help friends. I was under this illusion that they were hurt or whatever, and they kind of were, except it resolved itself. It didn't really require me to come back. But at the same time, I didn't want to be in New Mexico either, so I'm not really into New Mexico that much. I've been here in San Francisco, and this is where I live, and this is my life. I don't plan on living here forever. I don't even know how long I'll live, but I do know that I would like to go to other places. Oh, I hope that's a Uber thing, Uber reservation. Yes. Uber's gonna take me. Just give me 1 second. Let's see. Yes. Whatever they give me, I just accept. I just like yeah, I'll take it. I know that I could probably do Uber Eats too, and I want to do Uber Eats, and I want to do whatever they give me, you know, because Uber is basically the only primary one that I need to go to, or I go to. I can't try to need them. I try to just get into it, and there was a point to where I was like really so dedicated to it. I was just like doing it, and it was just. I loved that. I loved it when I was doing that. When I had the camera all set up and I was going from here to there, and I had all kinds of reservations, and I was just going over there. And then I hit a bump in the road, and I ended up having to cancel on several days of work, and they probably really didn't like that. So I didn't get that resolved that time, and I ended up wasting that. I canceled on probably like 4 or 5 different trips within 2 or 3 days, and that's a lot. So I mean, like they were probably depending on me, and before that, I was always accepting every single one and just going, and I realized that I can't prioritize anything above Uber. Well. Not even YouTube. I mean, I can make YouTube videos, but I'm just saying, like, I can always find a way to include YouTube in everything. I won't let that go. That'd be pretty cool. At least while I'm still relevant to some people. But yeah, I think this job that with the autonomous vehicle operator, it's. I'm still iffy about it. I'm still like, I don't know if I should. I mean, because it is a great opportunity.
2,000 years.
No, I don't like to fight. I really don't. I mean, I'm not good at it, and I'm just not that kind of person. I mean, my foster brothers used to put me and my foster sister, and we used to have boxing gloves, and they used to chase us around everywhere. Not in a mean way, but just as like. Fun stuff. I think they were trying to teach us how to defend ourselves. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. No, I remember. No, I know. I love those guys. I love them. I love my foster family. That they were really great. I only had like a few, and one of them was the only one that I loved so much, and that was the Conan family in South Dakota. They were they loved me. They loved me when I was there, and I was a terrorizer. I was pretty bad, so I appreciate them a lot. But that's the past, and I'm just not going to say too much more about that. And I've taken up 14 minutes of your time, and that's all. I just want to say, please keep yourself safe, and please try your best to not be violent.